Welcome to LymanWealth Quantelligent Investing. In this video, we will quickly review how the Quantelligent Strategy works, and then we will show you how it shows up in the LymanWealth Portal. To begin, let's review how the Quantelligent algorithm works. This image represents the movement of the stock market, and each dot represents one trading day. Each day, Quantelligent will deploy cash incrementally to buy shares. Why incrementally? By deploying cash incrementally, it allows us to buy into the dips of the stock market without having to know beforehand when or if a dip is going to occur. This type of cash deployment is called dollar cost averaging. We use value averaging to watch for market spikes. Value averaging stipulates that you set a growth target, and if that growth target is exceeded, you cash out the overage. In the case of Quantelligent, we watch for a daily growth target, and if we exceed it, then we sell the excess beyond the target instead of doing an incremental buy. These daily captures are as much about capturing profit as they are about freeing up new cash to incrementally deploy into the next dip. The goal of these incremental daily buys and sells is to exploit the volatility of the stock market and harvest profits. The last and final step of the Quantelligent strategy are long-term growth captures, also known as resets. When a specific allocation has hit a long-term growth target, we sell everything and start over as if we were back at day one. If we had started with $10,000 and our long-term growth target was 30%, then if the value of this allocation were to ever reach $13,000, we would hit our target and sell everything and start over again, but now with $13,000. The new long-term growth target of 30% would now be $16,900. Each time a long-term growth target is hit and we sell everything and reset, we call this a full algorithmic cycle. Now, let's see how this all shows up in the LymanWealth Portal. Right here at the top of the portal is your AUM, or Assets Under Management. This is a measure of the current value of your account. If you were to sell everything right now, this is the amount you would walk away with. Right here next to your AUM is your utilization. This number represents how much of your AUM is invested in the market. This number climbs up as cash is incrementally deployed daily. Each time there is a daily or long-term capture, that money is pulled out of the market back into cash, and this utilization number will come back down. When this number is low, we want the stock market to drop so we can buy up cheap shares. When this number is high, we want the stock market to rise so we can capture profits and bring our utilization back down. This number right here, profit captured, is our primary metric. This is also known as realized gains. This is how much profit has been pulled out of the stock market above what you put in. This is true cold hard profit. The Quantelligent strategy is designed to harvest profits from market volatility. So even though we sometimes measure success in market returns, LymanWealth measures their success in profit captured. This section is profit that has been retained and is available for withdrawal. This first line is for retaining taxes. If you have a retirement account, this should stay at zero. But if you have a cash account, each time profit is captured, the U.S. government will tax it as a short-term capital gain, which is about 25%. This means if you profit $100, the government will want $25 of it. By default, retained taxes is set to zero. If you would like your taxes to be retained, contact LymanWealth and we will enable this feature, and 25% of all profits captured will be set aside. You can then withdraw this money when it is time to pay your taxes. Underneath this is profit retained. This is your opportunity to retain some of the profits for yourself as a means to augment your own income. This can be set anywhere between 0 and 100%. Whatever profits aren't retained will be automatically reinvested to compound growth. Retaining a portion of your profits is a neat way to generate some additional income for yourself while still compounding the growth of your account. Down in this area is allocations. Each fund you invest in is known as an allocation. This pie chart is just a quick view of how balanced your account is between all your allocations. There is no hard rule about keeping everything balanced. It's entirely possible that you are heavy in one fund and light in another due to personal preference. If you click on this Trades tab, this will show you your last 90 days of buys and sells. Each time a sell is made, the profit that was captured as part of that sell is notated here. Remember, daily sells are usually smaller profits because it's as much about capturing the profit as it is about freeing up cash during a market spike to redeploy it into a future dip. Over here in this section is a list of all our allocations or funds. Each fund is allocated a set amount of money, hence the term allocations. Underneath the name of the fund is the money that has been allocated to this fund. The utilization here shows how much of the allocated money is invested into the market versus how much is still in cash waiting to be deployed. The shares column is simply how many shares of the fund you own and what your average price per share is. This column shows you what happened today and what the current market price of the shares are. This column here represents Quantelligent's daily target. As you can see, UPRO has overshot its daily target by 0.5%. Since Quantelligent only does a single buy or sell each day, and since today's buy or sell has already occurred, this means that if this fund holds its price at 9:45 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, UPRO will sell the overage of the daily target and will profit this amount right here. TQQQ, on the other hand, must grow another 1.2% before it meets its daily target. This column is Quantelligent's long-term growth target. These numbers indicate our target share price and the percentage increase needed to reach it. When this target is met, the entire position will be sold, all gains realized, and this number here is the profit that will be captured. This completes a full algorithmic cycle, resets the utilization to 0, and we start over as if it's day one. Each of the allocations listed here can be clicked on to see detailed data of the Quantelligent strategy for that specific allocation. Let's take a look at TECL. AUM is how much money was allocated for this fund. This profit captured is how much profit has been captured by this one allocation. This cash number is how much of the AUM is still in cash waiting to buy shares. And buys left is how many days it will take to deploy the rest of the cash. This section is self-explanatory and is just the details of the profit and loss of this particular fund. This icon next to the fund's name indicates the aggressiveness chosen for this allocation. 2 bars means moderate, 3 means aggressive, and 4 means ludicrous. The more aggressive an allocation is, the quicker it will deploy its cash. In this chart down here, we can see all the buys and sells the strategy has completed and how it has played out. This gray section is the price movement of the fund. The blue dots are all the buys that occurred. Each dot can be highlighted to get more detail. The diamonds are all the sells or profit captures that occurred. By hovering over them, you can see more detail, including how much profit each one captured. These diamonds with the numbers above them are the long-term growth targets. These are when the resets occurred. The numbers at the top are the profits captured at each reset. If you look closely, you'll notice that Quantelligent is really good at buying low and selling high. This is not because we are timing the market, nor do we know when dips and rises are going to occur. This is a natural occurrence of incrementally deploying cash on a daily basis while watching for daily market spikes. This allows us to buy into dips and sell into rises purely algorithmically. This line that flows through the middle of the chart is your average price per share. You can see how it is affected by each buy and sell. This row here is a representation of your cash being deployed. As cash is deployed into the market, this grows. As cash is pulled back out due to a profit capture, this drops back down. This last line is a measure of when profits were captured. And with that, we hope you have a better understanding of how the Quantelligent strategy works and how you can watch it happen in real time in the LymanWealth Portal. Thank you for investing with us and taking a chance on our innovative way of investing by harvesting profits from market volatility.